Hi everybody, you guys have joined a webinar for Hedlux Airbrush Makeup. We're going to go over a few things today about Hedlux and about airbrush makeup, but first let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Bianca Kirby. I am a professional makeup artist out of Nashville, Tennessee. I have been working with Hedlux as their lead educator for the past 3 years, and you guys are going to have a great time today. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to go over today is who is Hedlux, why airbrush makeup, some of the benefits and uses of airbrush makeup in general, advantages of using Hedlux airbrush makeup. I am going to show you a demonstration on a beautiful model that we have. We'll go over a little bit about some kit deals, earning potential, and some suggestions on how to retail and market this product. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, who is Hedlux? In 2007, Hedlux was created by Brooke Bowles and Jeffrey Swartman in Boca Raton, Florida, as a master distributor for Casio Shears and a manufacturer of hot pants cosmetics. So with both of these products, they were selling to professionals as a distributor nationwide. Sorry about that. In 2009, they became a master distributor to hundreds of cosmetology schools, supplying kits and advanced education across the nation. Launched Hedlux Airbrush Makeup, selling several thousands of kits nationwide at cosmetology and esthetician schools. Brooke co-authored the Milady Standard Makeup Textbook, so what you see when you're in esthetician school or cosmetology school or maybe a makeup certificate, she co-authored the book that they used for that. In 2014, Hedlux developed a shear set for salons and cosmetology schools. Just last year, in 2015, the distribution center moved to Grand Prairie, Texas, for centralized, faster shipping. Hedlux became a contract filler for specializing in aerosols. So what this means for you is that once you order a product from Hedlux, it gets to you much quicker. So centralizing in Texas was a benefit there for you. And just this year, they're opening a luxury beauty boutique also in Grand Prairie, Texas, where we're going to have professional education and just a great time. So if you're ever through the area, I highly suggest that you look it up. It'll be an amazing place to get supplies and education and have a little fun as well. All right, so why airbrush makeup? The biggest thing about using airbrush makeup is to just make your skin look flawless. The idea behind it is that you want to look like you're not wearing makeup when you are. And with high definition technology out there, and pretty much everything that you do, from your iPhone to the movie screen, it amplifies every single tiny mistake on your skin, whether it's pores or fine lines or imperfections. So with airbrush makeup, you're helping create a flawless skin without having any more rubbed on foundation where it could settle into those fine lines and pores. Traditional makeup, when it is rubbed on, it can magnify up to 6 times under the HD lens, so it's very unforgiving. Where opposed to airbrush makeup, it lands on the skin in tiny micro droplets. So basically, it goes on seamlessly. Where you put it is where it stays. It doesn't need to be rubbed into the skin. So that helps prevent from anything falling into fine lines. Its sheer, almost invisible application creates the perfect skin, and it's very buildable. You can do a very sheer look or all the way full coverage. All right, moving on. A few more benefits of airbrush makeup. It is very long-wearing, mess-free results. It is transfer-free, breathable, lightweight, and like I said, it can go from sheer to maximum coverage. It's much faster than traditional makeup, so from the makeup artist's point of view, this is fantastic because you can move from client to client in less time than you used to. You use minimal products, so that also from the makeup artist's point of view is amazing because you are cutting lots of costs, and it is cross-contamination free. Nothing that you use will be touching your client, so you don't have to worry about taking the time in between clients to sanitize. All right, some uses for airbrush makeup. As you can see, we've got pictures of lots of different types of issues and skin tones that can kind of show you a little bit of how this works. This can be used on TV, film, runway, bridal, because it is very crease-proof. You can use this to camouflage acne, rosacea, wrinkles, dark circles, hyper or hypopigmentation. It's also very safe to use on for paramedical uses, whether it's burns or scars or bruising. This can be used in conjunction with covering up tattoos, birthmarks, and varicose veins. It's also safe to do over, certain piercings, whether it be you're doing something and you need to get it on the ears, or even if it's like a nose ring or something like that. All right, advantages of Hedlux specifically. Hedlux is an easy-to-use water-based formula. So what that does is it helps you blend away any mistakes that might happen. If you potentially do make a mistake and you're using a silicone-based formula, it's going to stay exactly where you put it, and you're going to have to start over. With this water-based formula, you can blend it more like a traditional makeup. It also hydrates and absorbs into the skin, providing antioxidants, and is fragrance-free. So when your client is wearing it, they're not going to have that additional smell on their skin. Hedlux has a multitude of colors for all skin types. I believe we have 8 or 9. The compressor is very lightweight and portable, which is fantastic. It's also not super loud, so you can still talk to your client. I love the fact that the compressor is so small, and I will show you here in a few minutes, because you could even stick it in your purse if you wanted to. If you're selling it or using it for personal reasons, it can travel with you. But it's very easy to put in your kit with the rest of your makeup. It doesn't require additional storage. You have 3 different modes, so you can be very specific with how you're using it. You can put it on low for doing eyes or blemishes or potentially lips. Medium if you're going to do enhancing on the cheeks. And high would be for foundation. And we'll go over this as well in the demonstration. The airbrush gun also has an output screw that can control the spray pattern. So basically this helps you kind of dummy-proof the application, as you say. You could say. So I will show you more about that in a little while. It also comes with a cup to prevent spillage. So this is fantastic because one time I was not using the cup and I accidentally spilled the foundation in a bride's lap where she wasn't wearing her nice, bridal robe yet. So it was totally fine and she was pretty cool about it, but you just never want to have that happen. Unique application technique that we teach is called an ovalesque technique, and I'm going to show you that in a little while. It creates a natural 3D effect. All of Hedlux's equipment comes with a 1-year warranty, and the foundations have a 4-year shelf life. All right, so we're going to switch. We're going to do a quick demonstration for you. I'm going to go over the products and the compressor and the gun, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. And when we're finished with this, we'll come back and talk about kit deals, earning potential, retail, and marketing. So one moment, I'm going to switch to the webcam. And now you can see my lovely model ready for us. Hi everybody, I'm Bianca. So we're going to go ahead and get started with a demonstration for you. But first I want to show you about the compressor and the gun. So here's the compressor. What I love about the compressor, again, it is so small. You can see it's smaller than the palm of, well, not the palm of my hand, but my entire hand, right? So it'll fit in any tiny compartment that you have. It'll fit into your purse. It'll be very easy to travel with. Something else that they don't mention is this little holster right here, which is fabulous for in between colors or cheeks or clients, where you can just sit the gun right there. You don't have to worry about anything spilling out. We've also got that trigger output control that I told you about. So if you twist this all the way in, you cannot pull the trigger. I know it's kind of hard for you to see what I'm doing with it, but the trigger does not go back. And that helps you for not having too big of a spray when you're working on your client. You can twist it all the way out for like foundation, and it goes all the way back, and that helps you as well. So you can do in between. Kind of helps you control what you're doing. And our little lid. It's very easy to accidentally drop that in between, so just be careful. But I will say one thing to take consideration of with the lid is if ever you feel like your gun is clogging, there's a tiny hole in the top that lets air in. Try just making sure that is not clogged. And just by putting a little safety pin or something through the hole. That's generally 9 times out of 10 what happens. You just get makeup in the lid, and so it clogs up and it won't let air in, so it won't let makeup out. And you can take the ends off of the gun. And there's a needle and everything in there. With the manual that comes with the kit, it tells you all about all of the products or I'm sorry, the pieces that are in here. But if you take care of your gun and you clean it between every single use, and I'll tell you about that as well in a little bit, you will never have to take it apart to work on it. It is pretty much maintenance free if you take care of it properly. All right, so the next thing that I love about this are the settings. So like I told you, we've got settings over here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. We've got high, medium, and low. And so what this does is it makes it so that when you're working on different parts of the face, it's easier to control. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So what we're going to do now is we are going to color match our model, and we're going to make sure that we have the right color for her. So by doing that, we're going to take, and then oftentimes, you're not going to have somebody that fits directly into one or the other of these colors. A lot of you probably already know how to color match because it's very similar to traditional makeup. This is the only thing I'm going to do with my actual hand or sponge because I don't want to waste too much and I want to make sure it's the right color. So first, you want to shake it up because they are water-based, so they have little beads in there so that you know that you're getting it nice and shaken. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on my hand, just a tad, and put this directly. I'm going to have her turn her face for me just a little and put it on her chin right here. And basically what you want to happen is you want the color to disappear into her skin. All right, so let's see what colors have we picked. 45. All of our colors, they go in a numerical order, so you'll know from lightest to darkest. We're going to go ahead and put that one back because I don't think it is going to be the right color. And once you start working with any certain line, you kind of get to learn what colors work for the right skin tone, and you'll go straight to it. We're going to try a little mixture this time, and I'll show you how to mix it with your, that one works. I'll show you how to mix it with your gun and make it super easy. All right, so we are going to mix these two, 40 and 45, together for our model. So we have already prepped her. I have done a little bit of primer on her skin, so you can use your favorite primer. We use Bodyography Mineral Veil Primer, so it's a fantastic product to use if you don't have any. So what we're going to do, shake it up. We're going to take the lid off of the gun here, and we're going to pour directly into the cup. About 8 drops of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a fairly quick process. And if you're like me, you have to put the lid back on everything and put it back directly where it goes right away, or it ends up all over the place. So I try to stay organized by making sure I do that and I don't lose any of my lids. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So now we are going to mix this by doing a process called back bubbling. I'm going to leave the lid off for now. I'm going to take my tissue and I'm just going to block the air coming out of the front. And I know it's going to be hard for you to see, so I'm blocking the air, and you pull the trigger back, and it basically, it's kind of like, yeah, you can't see that, but it's kind of like blowing bubbles in your chocolate milk. That's what it ends up looking like. I blew it up just a little so that you could potentially see it. But basically what this does is it mixes it up for you. So I'm going to dab. It's a little too high. Take a little bit off the top so that I can put my lid on. But now we've got it mixed, and it's super fast, and you don't have to worry about stirring anything or making sure that it's done right, because you'll know it's done right. So what we're going to do, and you can, depending on your model's hair, is you can decide how to approach covering it or not covering it. Our model's already covered her hair for us. The only type of hair that I'm never ever worried about getting the product in the hair would be, platinum, very blonde. If you do get it in the hair, which in all honesty, the face doesn't stop just because the hairline starts, so more than likely you will. Just take a little paper towel or a towel and rub it on there. It comes right off. So we're going to do the ovalesque stroke that I talked about. I'm going to go ahead and show you without spraying her, and then we'll switch. So we are doing foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way up. I've got my machine on high, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the way that you do the ovalesque stroke with this product is we're going to do from the right side, or my right side, chin to forehead. We're going to switch to the left side, chin to forehead, and then we're going to go up the middle. Now the stroke that you're going to use on the sides is different than the middle. So we're going to start from her chin. We're going to do about 3 or 4. She's a petite girl, so this one will probably only take 3. And we're going to go in ovalesque strokes up the side of her face. So you're kind of doing diagonal strokes, right? And you've got your lid on, so you're not going to spill. And then you come and you do the same thing on the left side. I am just going to twist my hand a little instead of switching sides, but if you're doing this on a client, stand directly in front of them and it's super fast. but you're just going to come over here and you're going to do ovalesque strokes up the side of the face. And then you're going to come up the middle, and you're going to do, this is where you can do tiny circles. So you're going to do the tiny circles, do a little horseshoe over the nose, and another circle on the forehead. The reason that we teach this ovalesque stroke instead of tiny circles is it does a more even application of the product instead of tiny circles where you're concentrating too much in one area. So what we want to do is stay about 6 to 8 inches away from the face. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I've already got everything. One thing I do want to point out is how to hold the gun. You want to make sure that you're holding the gun like a pencil. So I know some people write differently, but this is how I write. So we're going to call it like a pencil. And you're just holding it with your pointer finger, whichever hand. So if you're left-handed, you can do the same way, but I'm right-handed. So we're the pointer finger of your right hand, and you're pinching it with your thumb and your middle finger, right? Your other two aren't doing anything. You don't want to hold it like this, overhanded. You don't want to use your thumb, because basically what you could do there is accidentally have too much power, too much pressure, and too much spray. So we're going to go ahead and go for, we're going to see if we can get 6 to 8 rounds with what we've used. And again, you're staying about 8 inches away from the face. And she's done this before, so I don't have to school her on it. But if you do have new clients that haven't used airbrush before, just make sure you tell them, hey, kind of hold your breath. If you need to breathe, wiggle a little bit. But if you do inhale it, it's water-based. It's totally fine. It's not going to hurt them at all. So just make sure that whatever you are, you're talking them through it. And I also like to have my my models do this with their lips, kind of curl them in for me. There you go. That way we're not going to get this color on their lips because we're going to do a different color later. You don't want to mat out the lips too soon, too early. All right, here we go. All right, so we're about 8 inches away. 3 ovalesque strokes. We're going to go up the middle. So one thing you want to make sure you're doing is you are starting a little bit below the chin. So we're catching the neck as well. So we're going to go so that everything blends, right? If she were to have her wedding day and there's any, like maybe a shoulder showing or just a little bit more of the décolleté, you can spray all of that. You can make it nice and even. So we're doing this again in about, and you can see how quick it is. If you were not me and you're not talking through it, you can get through 8 strokes in a matter of 30 seconds, if that. So we're just going to keep going now. And I know she's got her ears covered up for us today with her hat, but if you didn't, you want to make sure, just like if you were doing an actual airbrush tan, that you should also spray the ears, because your ears, if your face changes the color or tweaks the color, so do the ears. So you want to make sure everything is even. There we go. And you can keep going until you hear the product change. You can totally hear the way that it sprays, and you'll know when it's out. We're going for a little bit fuller coverage for you guys today. So we're going to keep going until we're out. How you doing? Can you breathe? All right, perfect. So broad strokes, you're getting up the face in about 3 strokes. All right. So we have finished our foundation, and what we're going to move on to now is a little bit of contouring. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the lid off and see whatever I have in there, because there's always going to be a little bit of residue. I'm going to take a clean tissue, and I'm just going to dab that out a little bit. I'm going to get kind of a little ball of it. I'm going to dab the excess out just a tiny bit. And what we're going to do is come back in with a darker colored foundation to do a little contour. So if I use 45, I'm coming in with 50 to do a little contour on her cheeks. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to change anything that's in the cup right now, because it is her correct color. I just put about 5 drops in here because we want to blend it. Since it is her correct color, it's not going to mess it up anymore. It's just going to make it a little bit lighter. So if you had too much, you could go 2 steps up. It's up to you how much you want to do there. But we're going to back bubble it again. We're just going to mix that together real good. I don't want it to go over the top this time, so I don't have to waste any. So mix, mix, mix. And we'll put the lid back on. We're going to switch to medium mode. And I'm going to go ahead and twist this in just a little bit, okay? So that way I have more control over the trigger. I'm going to have my model do the fish face. I did the fish and duck face confused, I'm sorry. But I'm going to have her do the fish face. So a little bit of this. All right, so you get a good point. I know, it's silly. You get a good point. You don't have to be that strict on it, but you get a good little like point where her cheekbone kind of sinks in. And we're going to go about 4 to 6 inches away from the skin on this one. And we're just going to go straight back into the hairline. So she does have dark hair, I'm not worried about it. And you want to pull very lightly. I want a little bit more. There we go. And you can come up and do a little bit of a horseshoe or a C into the temple. We're going to do the same thing over here. Would you twist for me just a little? All right. Now, let's go see what else is there to contour. Everybody, doesn't matter how little or big you are, everybody could use a better elongated neck. So we're going to do a little bit under here. There we go. And we're going to do a little bit on our nose. So for this, I am going to go to low. I'm going to switch it to low. But the closer you get to the eyes or anything more intricate, the more specific you need to be about it. And you guys saw me just a chance. I don't normally do that if I can fully face them, but I don't want to put my back to you, so that's why I did that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pause there for a minute. And one thing I want to show you is with this product that you can go from powder to liquid, powder to liquid. With a lot of products, you can't do that. So you do not have to use a setting powder, but I want to show you this awesome benefit. So we're going to use our Bodyography translucent setting powder. And we're going to come in and set this look on our model. Just a little bit. A little goes a long way with this whole thing. There we go. So we're going to come back and we're going to do some work on our cheeks, and you'll notice how this does not peel up. A lot of times if you do liquid to powder, it's going to peel up if you go back to liquid. So with the cheek color, we're going to do the same concept we did with getting the contour color correct. We're going to put on medium, and we're going to pick out our blush that we're going to use for her today. So what we have in our enhancing categories is we have 2 blushes. We have a warm and a cool blush. We also have a bronzer, and then 2 highlighters. And so this is our bronzer. You can use this. It's beautiful for summertime, for any additional glow. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do our cool blush on our model. So I did not take out any of the product that was already in there. I didn't take the time to clean the entire thing. I did dab it out. I'm sorry, I took out some of it. But I didn't take the time to clear it out completely. Because again, it's going on her cheeks, and so this is the correct color for her. There we go. Just a couple. So we've got our cool blush in there. We've got our medium. I'm going to back bubble just a little to make sure anything that was there is mixed. Put my lid back on. And we're going to have her smile so we can find the apples of her cheeks. There you go. And you just want to do, again, you're about 4 to 6 inches away, lightly pulling back, and you just want to do little circles and go straight back into the hairline. For a little additional enhancing right there. Now something else I'm going to do with this color is I'm going to use it for a little bit of cheek color. I'm sorry, that was cheek color, lip color. So we're going to put it on low. I'm going to pull this in a little bit, and I'm going to have her just kind of make sure her lips are sealed, closed, so that we don't spray it in her mouth, but together and kind of, this is when you can kind of do the duck face, but you don't have to full duck face. Just a little. I don't know. Just this, like this. Perfect. All right. So we're coming at this from the side, because you never want to spray directly into their mouth. It's kind of uncomfortable. If they do inhale it, it's not that big of a deal. But we're just going to spray a little bit at an angle. Perfect. And if you notice, oh, I got a little bit over her lip, somewhere you don't want it, I'd have a little sponge, dab the excess, and just come in a little bit. This is where it's fantastic that you can mix and match powder with liquid because it helps. Like I said, this product is forgivable. So if you do make a mistake, you can fix it. So another thing I want to do is a little bit of eye color. So for the eyes, I'm going to go in with our bronzer. So I'm going to mix and match a little bit today. We dabbed out the excess blush that we had in there. We're going to put a little bit of bronzer. Not much, because I'm not going to add much color. I didn't get my gun in my holster all the way that time. Again, we're going to back bubble just in case. Just in case for whatever product is still in there. And put our lid back on, and we're going to get going. All right, so we're back on low for the eyes. Anything to do with the eyes, you want to make sure you're on low. And one trick with the eyes that you'll notice when you're working, I know you're not going to be able to see it on my model, but when you're working on yours, you want to hold it just, if you just hold this to her eye and you don't pull the trigger, you can see where the air is blowing on her skin because the eyelid is so thin that you can see where you're going. So you make yourself your own tiny little stencil. So we're going to come in and do a little contouring on the eye. A little extra eye color there. Get your turn for me just a little. Thank you. And one thing that I do love about these products is that they are so multi-versatile. If you, let's say you go on site and you forget the hose or something happens, you forget the gun, something important you don't have, these foundations can be used as a traditional foundation with a sponge, with a foundation brush, with your hands. It can be used that way so that you are always taken care of. So that's a fantastic feature. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over cleaning it. I'm going to get rid of some of my trash over there. And we're going to go over how to clean the product. So you have the option to get these cleansers. I believe they're $18.99. This bottle will last you forever. I don't know if you can see. I'm all the way down to here, but I think I've had this for like 2 years. So it will last you forever. What you're going to do to clean the product. And the reason we're cleaning this now is we're going to be doing our highlighter. And our highlighter is very light, and I do not want to mix that with any of these darker colors and put it on the wrong spot. So we're going to put some of our cleanser into the cup. And we are going to turn it on. We're going to back bubble it just to see, get everything gone. And we're going to, sometimes you can use a Q-tip, which I have. You can stick a Q-tip in there and help to get everything else out that way. And then just spray it through. You're just spraying it out. You want to spray, spray, spray until it starts to run clear. And if you have too much, go ahead, take a little out. This is just cleanser. A little goes a long way, but sometimes I like to make sure it's really clean so I accidentally use too much. In the meantime, if you guys do not have cleanser, warm water will work to clean this out. But the cleanser is fantastic, again, from the makeup artist's point of view. If you aren't at home doing your makeup next to your sink, you don't always have the ability to run to a sink with something that is corded to clean it in between clients, in between colors, anything like that. So we're good. This is running clear. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the excess cleanser. I'm going to come in with another Q-tip. Just make sure I've got all that out. And we're going to go ahead with our highlighter. So we're going to use our golden highlighter. We have a peach highlighter too that is brand new. It is beautiful. I love this one for the summertime. But this golden highlighter is going to look fabulous with our model's skin tone. Here we go. There we go. Alright, so we're turning it back on. We're going to turn it on medium because we are starting with the cheeks. I am not going to back bubble it because I cleaned it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to make sure that the product is what comes through here and not the cleanser. Because the last thing I put through this is cleanser, so which means there's a little bit left in here. And you want to make sure you're not putting that on your client. Again, it won't hurt them, but you may as well not add cleanser to your makeup application. All right. Smile. You can just sit natural, smile, and feels comfortable. We're going for the highlighting of the cheek. And again, you can use this product anywhere. You can use it on the décolleté. You can highlight the collarbone, the shoulders, the legs, whatever potentially could be showing. You can use this. This is a fantastic trick with the contour and highlight to make cleavage. You can do all sorts of stuff. Contouring and highlighting is huge right now. So what we're going to do additionally is go into the, we're going to go low, we're going to do a little bit on the eyes. It is all, I don't know if you guys are anywhere on YouTube or Instagram, but it is all over the place. We're doing right under the brow bone. So here you get to get a little bit closer. You can get about 2 inches away. So we're going to have a nice highlighted brow bone. And then we're going to come in at the tear duct as well, and we're going to highlight there. All right. So lastly, all we're going to do is set our look so that you can see how you can go liquid to powder, liquid to powder. So we're going to set our look. Just a little bit. And look at her. She's so pretty. I'm going to get you guys a close-up here in just a second. All right. So we have gone over how to manage the compressor, all the components of the gun. At this point, I would be cleaning the gun out again, but you guys have already seen me do that once. Just letting you know that you need to be cleaning it again. I'm not going to take the time to do it until after we're finished, but before I put all of my equipment away, I will be cleaning it. And we've gone over all of our different enhancers. You can see all of our foundations back here. And again, so let's say we've got 9 sitting here. That makes at least 18 colors because you can mix and match. You can mix 3 colors. You can mix however you want to get this going. So it's the option there is unlimited. And we've talked about our cleanser and how awesome this is and easy and portable and helpful. It's too big to check on a plane, but you can put a little in a travel thing. It's fantastic. All right. And lastly, I will say I suggest that you practice on yourself. It makes it so much easier when you come in and you can feel where the product's going. So it is highly suggested that you practice this on yourself. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to scoot the camera up so that you can see a close-up of our beautiful model's makeup. All right? One moment. Sorry for the shake there. Can you look into the camera and smile for me? And close your eyes? Perfect. All right. So now you guys have an idea of the look that we're going for. I'm going to go around here, and I'm going to switch back to the screen share, and we are going to talk a little bit more about Hedlux makeup. All right. So we did our demonstration. So you've seen a before and after in person. So now we're going to talk about the kits, some earning potential, and then some retailing and marketing suggestions. So here's our kit deal. So for the student starter kit, you get 5 of the foundations. You get the bodyography veil primer. You get the manual. You get the bodyography translucent finishing powder. So the 2 products that I additionally used today. You get the compressor and the gun with all the features, as well as what you can see there is the 3. They look kind of like mascara wands, but what you do with those is you use them to clean in and around the needle. When you're looking inside the cup of the gun, you can see the needle pass through, and you use it to clean around that. And this manual is key because it tells you all about the gun. It tells you everything that you'll need to know, and it also reiterates everything that we talked about today. So you can also get the additional open stock for $18.99 each. So the airbrush cleanser that I told you about, all of the enhancers, so the bronzer, the highlighter, the blushes, and any additional shades that you do not have in the kit, foundation as well. So the regular price on this is $250, and you can get this for $199. If you are with the school, you just need to call Hedlux or email orders at hedlux.com. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to earning potential. This is huge. This is what everybody's been waiting for. So to sum everything up, basically you can make an additional $36,000 by adding this to your services that you already do. And I'll explain how. So the number of applications that you can get average out of 1 bottle of foundation is 40 to 50. The average number of applications per kit is 200 to 250. And the average price for airbrush application is $50 to $75. So basically, you're definitely charging an upcharge from your traditional makeup application. So if you normally charge $50, then you charge $75, approximately. If you normally charge $60, then charge more. If you normally charge $40, then charge another $25 over that. But it's kind of what you need to do is look at prices in and around your town, what other people are charging, so that you're not overpriced, but you also don't want to be underpriced. I'm a huge advocate of the concept of you get what you pay for, and you don't always want to be the cheapest option available. So total earning potential from this kit is over $18,000, which is huge. So the average application time takes 10 to 20 minutes, which is 10 to 20 minutes faster than a traditional makeup application. So you're making more money per application using less product and taking less time. So it's a no-brainer to me to add this to if you're doing makeup applications already, it's a simple addition to any service that you already have to make more money. So doing 2 services a day at approximately $75 each with less than 1 hour of labor. Again, this is your estimated annual gross income of $36,000. So this is on top of traditional services that you offer plus tips. So if you add this into your day between facials or between cut and color, it's just an additional revenue that you have to add to your income. So we're going to talk about how to retail the product and then how to get people in the door and excited about your services. So ideas on how to retail. And you guys can do, you can expand on this, you can take or leave what you like, but this is some things that we have found that have worked for others. So you can offer free private makeup lessons with the purchase of a kit. So a makeup lesson, an hour makeup lesson could be, or 30 minutes could be a $50 value. And you offer this for free when they purchase a kit from you. It's twofold. It makes your customer feel taken care of, like they're getting a deal. And it also makes sure that you're teaching your client how to use the product properly so that A, they actually use it and go out and talk about it, and B, they are a proper demonstration of your work on the street. You never want to put bad work out there. So teach them how to use it and make them feel confident in it. They'll use it, and then there's always word of mouth. You can also offer free applications after cut color. So if you ever have somebody where they accidentally threw in the shampoo, they get some of their makeup washed off, it's a great way to kind of add there a little bit of extra to get them interested and see what you have. Salon prices. So the compressor and airbrush gun, the salon price is $119 with a suggested retail price of $199.99. And the foundations, blushes, bronzers, and cleansers, again, they're $18.99 each. Suggested retail price to your client of $29.99. And we do recommend that you keep 2 of each item in stock to display so that customers can grab them and take them to the register. All right, ways to market airbrush makeup. So you've got lots of different options, and you guys can take this and run with it. So you can do monthly evening makeup demos, and I love this idea because you can get people in the salon or the spa, and you can show them, a 30 to 45 minute demonstration on how to do a makeup look. And again, like me today, when you're talking through it, probably plan for an hour, but you can show them holiday looks. You can look up in Allure or Glamour magazine and find, fall trends, spring trends, whatever is out there. You could do something specific for Valentine's Day, New Year, new you, all sorts of stuff. And who doesn't like to learn about a good smoky eye? Everybody has a different definition of a smoky eye when they sit down in your chair, so it'd be great to kind of do a class and say, here's how you can add a smoky eye with your makeup. Because another great thing about this product is that it can be used with traditional makeup as well. So if you don't want to do the eyes and the lips today like we did, you can do the face with airbrush and do the eyes and lips with your traditional makeup, and it's a great combination as well. Other ideas that you could do is combining this with a cat eye, or again, going over this highlighting and contouring. That is huge nowadays. So for stuff like this, I would honestly suggest just doing a free event to get your salon's brand awareness out there and hopefully book future services. And if they do book future services with you, give them a discount for booking it that night. Something like that. Make them feel good about it. So other ways to market, you could do martinis and makeovers, or mimosas or margaritas and makeovers, anything like that, where you utilize the salon on a Sunday or Monday if you are closed those days, and you charge a minimal fee for salon service, but offer free drinks and snacks. So you could have wine or champagne for everybody. Oh, sorry. Martinis, mimosas, or margaritas. There you go. That's what you could have for everybody. Or makeover Mondays. So when the salon is closed or a lot slower, do a Monday evening where you've got tiny little stations set up around the salon or spa where your clients can go and check out what you have to offer and meet the staff that they might not have interacted with yet. So you could have a mini makeover session in a section. You could have mini chair massages, mini manicures, anything like that. And again, same concept of a minimal fee, a very small fee, but you have free drinks and snacks. So you kind of get them in, make it a girls' night of it with some champagne, and they can have a great time. You can also do photo shoots. So we've got boudoir shoot here, but you could do engagement photos. You could do senior photos. You could do anything that would require a photographer, but then you've got your client doing their hair and makeup in your salon. So that helps kind of get them in and doing something with you and your services. But for this one, you would need to be charging a higher fee and research this throughout what going rates are again in your area, because you will have to pay for the photographer, but you'll want to get a private room, maybe a massage room or a spray tan room or a facial room, and set up what you need. Have your client bring their own props and clothes, but again, get their hair and makeup done on site. And always having complimentary wine is great when you've got to get somebody in front of the camera because it makes them loosen up just a little bit. And one last, oh, never mind, that was everything. So I thought we had another page of ideas, but honestly, anything that you guys could come up with would be fantastic for your clients to kind of just get the brand awareness out there. Talk about that you sell and offer Hedlux Airbrush, and just talk up the benefits while you are doing a cut or color, something like that, and see if somebody would want that free trial or free demonstration. It cannot hurt to add revenue to your business for $200. What was it? $200 you can add over almost $36,000. So I think it's a fantastic just way to kind of add a little bit to what you offer. I will say that I've had some brides when I first started out that did not go with me because I did not offer airbrush makeup, so I lost business because of that. They may or may not have used it before, but their friend told them they had to have it and they wouldn't go any other way. So it's just something to keep in mind, and it would add greatly to your services. So if you guys have any questions, again, my name is Bianca. You can reach me through Hedlux, but if you have any additional questions or you want to talk about any orders or anything, please give Hedlux a call. You can see the number on the screen now. You can visit the website to see all the products that we offer. It's way more than just airbrush makeup. And if you have any questions about orders or the student discount or anything, please send an email to orders@hedlux.com. I greatly appreciate your guys' time today, so let us know if you have any questions. Please have a great day.